welcome back to spaceforedit. This is part 2 of my freelance journey or journey to freelancing video. So if you want to see part 1, then find the link in the description below. But other than that, enjoy, grab some tissues, and let's go on this ride together. I feel like this room is currently the visual representation of how I feel. It is messy. It is chaos. I don't know. I just feel very deflated. I feel like I've not got any clear set plan. I'm so much in my head as well, like in my brain, and I need to get it out. I think I need to do some journaling. I just feel like there's so much that I want to do. There's not enough time, and I just need to make some sense in it all. Like this constant pressure of, do I want to start freelancing? Do I not? Do I stay in my job? Do I not? Is it going to be worth it? Is it going to work out? It just makes life harder for myself because it's constantly on my mind. I feel like if I would just, I don't want to say man up, but like whatever other saying it is, if I would just have the courage, let's say that, if I would just have the courage and just make the decision, do it, stick to my deadline. I did set the deadline for myself. I said by September I want to be self-employed again. I'll be honest with you, I've not, like in my mind, I still think that I'm not going to do it by September. Like you can tell from my energy and from the way that I talk, I'm so messy. Like there's no structure, there's no direction. There's just like, I want this, I wish that, oh no, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's not like I am, I will, I'm doing. I need to snap out of this. It's kind of scary, I guess, at the same time. Am I just scared? Is that it? Is it fear? Fear that it might not work out. Fear that I might end up in lots of debt like I did last time. It probably is. But I'm just sick. I'm just tired of not being able to speak out and do what I want to do and live the kind of life or live the way that I want to live, and just enjoy what I do. The reason why I wanted to share this was because this is definitely a big part of my journey, like feeling like this. So I don't know, if any one of you are thinking of going freelancing, starting your own business, starting something new, feeling similar, then at least you know that you're not alone. Just feel very deflated. Got so many things to be grateful for, but when it doesn't click right there, when there's not that spark and that drive, then everything else is very much in slow motion. I think I just need to make the decision, don't I? Make it official, which is another conversation that I've been kind of mulling over in my head, and how to go about it, and what would I say, and what would the answers be like. Yeah. Right, I am extremely depressed. Okay, well, maybe extremely depressed is a bit too extreme, but I feel really depressed and I just have no energy. Feel like when I do have energy, it's more like that I'm pretending or I'm pushing myself to have energy rather than it being natural. So tired of this. It's Saturday and I'm already thinking about going back to work on Monday, and I dread it. I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired of this. And I feel like I'm trying to do all these things on the side so I can eventually just leave my job. It's just not adding up. It's just exhausting. This week I took some annual leave to film some stuff for the new course release, and I took 3 days off, and it was just I went out, I stayed in a hotel. Well, in a hotel, an apartment, rented an apartment, and did everything on my own terms, in my own time. And it just felt so freeing and so refreshing. Like I had that glimpse of my old self and my old life again. Just tired. Just tired of a lot of things at once. I've been thinking about this for days. I feel like I've been having this conversation in my head over and over and over and over again. And the conversation that I'm having is basically a conversation with my employer / with myself. I think everything's just getting to me. I want to do so many things. I want to get on with my life. I feel like I'm stuck professionally. To live the life that I want to live, I need to be more financially independent and just generally in a better position financially. But currently the only way to do it is work more. But I can't work more because we have a little baby and she needs attention, and it's almost like if I work more, that means we will see her less. We will put her in nursery, which is fine. Obviously, it's what happens with every family, but it is just not the way I want to live my life. And I know that is not the only way to live your life. Like, I don't feel like I want to subscribe to that. You go to work, your kids go to school or nursery or whatever, and then that is basically the life. Sleep, work, come home, feed, go to bed, do it all over again, live for the weekends. It's not the kind of life that I want to live. So there comes in that conversation that I'm having. I know there are things that I want to do in my life to make it happen. Currently, I just feel stuck, and it is very hard to see when I can get out of the situation. I don't like my work. I don't like what project I'm working on. I don't like the dynamic in the company. I don't enjoy the daily tasks. I don't enjoy coming into the office. And it is not my kind of place. And I don't want to be spending my days in a place that I just do not resonate with. I don't want to spend my life in that kind of environment. I don't want to spend my life listening to other people complain, which then turns me into a complainer. I want to be surrounded by people who inspire others, who support others, who are driven, and all they really talk about is new ideas and what they are doing. And even when they do maybe sometimes moan or complain, it's not about other people or the company. It's more about just, how life sometimes sucks, and talking about the struggles in order to maybe have a conversation with others and find solutions for those struggles, which again is like, it moves us forward and it inspires you to do better yourself. So I just feel like I'm in a very dull position. My current plan is to launch my new course, which then should free up some time for me to work on my portfolio. And then I can reach out to companies and test the market and see how much business I would be able to get just through visualization. I don't want to, at this point in my life, I just can't be bothered with dealing with clients, on-site issues and all that shit. I hate technical drawings in general. I don't want to deal with that detail. But what I do enjoy is being creative, working on concepts, creating beautiful visuals and walkthrough videos. I love social media. I love the connection I can get with other people. I love helping others to learn 3D and just to learn in general. And that teach and give kind of energy is more that
is resonating with me at the moment. It's just more, there's more movement, there's more energy flow. It's exciting and, you know, not stagnant and just dull like every single day is now. Like literally the only thing that makes me happy right now is when I'm with my daughter and I sit there and just watch her. That is the only thing that really makes me happy and calm. So I want my life to be exciting, and I want it to be inspired and work on things that I'm passionate about. Give my all energy and creativity and drive. Not like live a mediocre life for the weekends. Just need to be a bit more patient, plan in mind. Time will pass, and hopefully early next year I can be out of this, doing what I love, what I enjoy, and make money from it. I have to go back to the office now. Really can't be bothered. Yeah. That's that. I am sick of everything feeling like a struggle. It feels like I'm on this constant struggle bus every day, all day, day in, day out, week after week. And even though I know that there is a light at the end of a tunnel, you know, I've thought about it, I know I could make a plan, and I will make a plan eventually, but I've just gotten to a point where I'm just so sick of struggling mentally, struggling physically, struggling with money, struggling with sleep, struggling with relationships, struggling with work. Everything feels heavy, and there's not much joy and lightness about my days. And it's depressing, and I know a lot of it is in my head, gratitude and all of that, but I feel like I'm a little bit past the point where gratitude, it only goes so far with me. I find it that I have to be in a good mental state for gratitude to really make positive effects on me. Otherwise, I just see it as like a tick box. Like I don't really believe in it. If I'm not in the right mindset, it's just not gonna work. Like I'm not gonna fool myself. It's not like gratitude, being grateful is fooling yourself. Yeah, it's the mindset. You have to be in a certain physical, mental state for a gratitude to really work on me. The list of the things that I enjoy doing is very small, and the time that I get to do those things is minimal. My cup is empty. Absolutely empty. There's not a drop left in my cup. The only time my cup gets filled is when I see Scarlett, and when we play, when she laughs and I hold her. That's when my cup fills up, but then it empties out again when there's sleepless nights, there's the struggle of bedtime, struggle of energy levels, and it just all goes to pot. Didn't want to cry in this one. Just wanted to document this bit. And I'm looking forward to next year, and not that like next year or January has got to be like some kind of a marking point, but I feel like I'm gearing up for next year to be the year where I can fill my cup again and find a way towards that future, towards that life that really aligns with who I want to be, how I want to live my life, what I want to look back at years from now and say that, you know what, we did well and I would do it all over again. What is going on at the moment is not working, and becoming a mother, becoming a parent has really underlined, has really highlighted the fact that the standard life is not built for families, is not built for people who want more than just a tick box exercise from life. I guess there are people who don't want much, and that's absolutely fine for them, but that is not me, and I don't want to fool myself to follow that standard setup where you just work, come home, live for the weekends, live for the holidays, just kind of get on with life. I want more from life. I want fulfillment, joy, lightness, experiences, new inspiration and life, not stagnant energy. I'm just tired of holding myself back because I don't have time to do the actual things that I want to do, and because my current lifestyle doesn't really allow me to fully express who I want to be, how I want to be, what I want to do. That's my thoughts now. Thought today, I think I was watching some Gary Vee videos on YouTube, and I don't know where it came from, whether Gary Vee inspired it or not. Suddenly to myself, I thought, what if there's a future me looking back at today's me and laughing and just saying, why are you doing this? Why do you care about other people's opinions? Why do you keep putting these mental blocks in front of you? Why are you not fully 100% just going and doing it and committing? And I can just see her there living the life that I'm now, just writing out my affirmations about. She's there waking up every morning excited, fulfilled, money's no issue, and you just lived life full of purpose and joy and excitement, and she's looking back at her past self and just laughing because it is laughable. When you're in the moment, it's always so much easier to focus on the negative or focus on the fact that, oh, what if it doesn't work out? What if it goes wrong? What if it doesn't happen? And it's so much harder to just be kind of naive and truly 100% believe that it will work out. It's always easier to just believe that it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. It's just going to be a disappointment. Whereas why do we not believe that? And in fact, it's going to be 10 times more awesome than you ever could have imagined. Yeah, so just a thought. We're on a mission to get to be self-employed by August. So I'm doing all of these things and I've got my plan in place, and I'm trying my best to, stick with the plan. Unfortunately, that has got downfalls. You will always miss out on something. There will be some sacrifices that you will have to make if you want to focus on something and really go for something. It's just life. It's going to happen. Whether bigger or smaller the sacrifice, but it will happen. So at the moment, I'm trying to balance family life, looking after a little 1-year-old, and doing everything that surrounds that part. And I'm trying to stay focused at work, which is a full-time job. And I'm trying to push this new direction and build the groundwork for this new life that I want for myself by the end of this year. So all of those things are currently floating about and I'm trying to manage them. So what is going on, what is happening at the moment is that in order for me to have enough time with my family and my 1-year-old, which is a priority to me, it means that I have to leave work earlier. And even though we have this sort of flexi time system set up, so if you work in overtime, we don't get paid for overtime, but if we have worked over a certain amount of hours, then we can have those hours off or have a day off 1 day per month. And
technically the same should go if you are below, right? So we have this threshold that you can take over to the other month. So you can take 8 hours over and 8 hours under. So anything past that just erases, and each month you start again. So it's quite unfair for those who are doing shed loads of hours. All of that work it just evaporates, and they can only have one day. But at the same time, when the scenario is spun around and you are in deficit, that is an issue. Suddenly that is an issue. So what's been happening is that I have to leave work earlier to pick up my daughter, to come home, to make sure that she doesn't have that late nap too late in the day. Otherwise, bedtime is a disaster, the whole night is a disaster. And to be honest, I don't want to work too late and not have that time with my family. So anyways, what's been happening, I have about, I think, 6 hours in deficit, and the top management of the company does not approve that and does not like that, which I find very frustrating, because at the same time I know that there are a lot of people who can't take holidays, or who can't, or who have all these extra hours that they work day and night, and no one bothers about that. You know, like, it isn't that an issue as well? So that's the, going back to the sacrifice thing, that's the sacrifice at the moment, that I have to deal with this nonsense of figuring out, right, how can I fit in these certain amount of hours in my week and please everyone. And I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm just so over it. I've fallen out of love with the job, and this is not how I want to live my life. This is not how anyone should be living their lives. There's so many beautiful things in this world that we can do in this lifetime, achieve, and how we can feel, you know, fulfilled and appreciated, and make connections with amazing people, and, you know, like, take your mind to different levels. Look after yourself, look after your soul and your energy, and none of that can be done within the bloody corporate setup world that we are in. But the only way is just to freaking get out of that, figure out how you can make money to survive, and make it happen. Fingers crossed. I really hope I can look back at this a year from now and think, you were right. High five to that. Keep going. Keep at it. It's going to pay off. You're going to get where you want to be. Right, so it is March something 17th, something like that. Mid-March it is. 2022. And I've reached a point where I feel like I need to bring forward my plan for the year. So in the beginning of the year, I set myself a structured action plan. It was timed in a way that it was achievable for me. I wasn't like going crazy on it, because I knew that I needed consistency to make things happen. So the goal was to be self-employed by August. The recent stuff that has been going on with the company that I work for has really made me question this, and it has really hurt my mental health. And like, I've been down about like my work situation for like forever. Like, honestly, if I go back on these videos, it's been years and I've not really enjoyed it, and there's always been something wrong. So, you know, it's nothing new, but I was kind of focused on the fact that, okay, I've got time till August, or it was more like time till June, to set things straight first. But I think it's time to really bring that goal forward. I'm scared because going self-employed and freelance is a big hit financially, and it's not like at the moment my financial state is any, you know, isn't really flourishing. But I feel like, is my mental health more important than feeling safe
financially at the moment? And I think the answer is yes, it is. So I'm just going with it. I'm just gonna go with it. And I have decided that the portfolio work that I wanted to do maybe like a couple months from now, I'm gonna bring that forward and I'm gonna really focus on it and make it happen. I'll see what I can do. I need to plan out like the next month, so like the next 4 weeks. Bear in mind, I really only have Fridays to work on this. Weekends are a bit of a hit or miss because I still need time with my family and I still need time to maintain the house and just have a life. So we'll see what can be done, but the plan is, at the moment, I've picked out projects that I've worked on in the past. I want to kind of jazz them up, bring them into 2022, update the designs a bit and just make like a really cool trailer / portfolio video that I can send out to companies and just post online and have that kind of material to advertise my services. That's the situation now. I'm like, on the outside, everything that's going on, and it looks like everything is fine and I should be like super happy, and we've just come home from an amazing holiday. Things are going okay, and I have a job and I'm trying to post like social media content, but like beneath the surface it's very much of a chaotic, heavy place to be in. Like in my head, my thoughts, it's just chaos, and I want to bring more of that. I'm not saying like completely 100%, but I want to bring in more peace, harmony, good vibes, good energy, positive outlook, and all the good stuff that I know that I've got inside of me. It's just stuff is getting heavy and we need to do something about it. So we'll see what that happens.
Done it. Just like that, you write a resignation letter in a car park in your car because life has been slightly busy, but these things just need to be done, and I feel like I've been kind of putting it aside, but time is ticking and I need to give appropriate notice in work about my resignation. Oh, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I've been just feeling so stuck and depressed, and it's been going for way too long. So yeah, it has to happen. And I don't know what the future is ahead of me. I just hope and I pray and I manifest that there will be some amazing, exciting opportunities and I will be able to pay my bills. Because I feel like the first stage of all of this is just making sure I can pay my bills and I've got enough financial support from all of these adventures. I really hope, no, I'm not going to say I hope, because I know I am making the best decision, the right decision for myself in this situation. Like I said, it's been going on for too long. I need to sort this out and I need to move on with my life and I need to live the life that I want to live. So it is the right decision, the right time. And if whatever happens and if things do not work out, I can always go back to an office job. There is always that option. I don't have to go back to the same company, and I would not want to go back to the same company. But like the English say, if shit hits the fan, then we're good. We've got options. I need to remind myself that at this point in time, I am not in the same position that I was like how many years ago? Was it like 4 years ago?
I think roughly, yeah, 4 years ago when I started freelancing and set up my own thing for the first time. I didn't have the experience, I didn't have the connections, I didn't have the additional income streams, I didn't have just the life experience that I have now, that I really think that is gonna help me a lot this time around. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous and I'm scared, but I have gone past the point of caring that I'm nervous and I'm scared. I need to feel free again, and I need to feel inspired and excited and motivated again, and this is the way to do it. Okay, I think I'm gonna hand this in today. Okay, so today didn't quite turn out the way I thought it will. Where do we start? Where do you even start from? Right, okay, so if you're watching this video, then you probably already know that I handed in my resignation, which was now 5 days ago, which was fine, went well, no biggie, and it was taken very well. And I just kind of left that, just thinking, okay, well, the message is going to be passed on, we're just going to go about the month that's left. I've given them month's notice and done everything proper from my side. So the weekend goes past. I worked all Sunday, I worked all Monday till late hours, early morning, late hours, just to get this deadline sorted. There was a drawing pack that needed to be sorted and submitted. And then this morning I went to the office, dropped Scarlett off at nursery, went about my day as I would usually. I went in the office and got called up by HR, which I thought, okay, well, that's normal, that's fine. Obviously they've been notified, so we just need to talk it through and whatnot, only to find out that I have been put on garden leave, taking immediate effect. Those who are not familiar with the term of garden leave, that is basically paid time off and away from the company. Usually that happens at the end of your employment. So basically during the garden leave, you are not allowed to work for anyone. So you get paid time off, but you are not allowed to work for yourself or for anyone else during that time. So it is basically just like a little bit of a cushion time away when the person can't go to a competitor and, I don't know, like take the company's clients, contact information, spread that. And I was just like, what? Me? You are putting me on garden leave? I'm like no one. I'm no one, like no big deal. I'm just little me, another designer. And it made me feel very important. I will say that. It made me feel very important. It obviously came a bit of a shock because I did not expect the morning to end up like that or turn out like that. Immediately kind of, what do you call it, like a defense system mechanism kicked in, and I thought, I've worked all these hours over the weekend and I've got extra hours now on my flexi time and I'm not going to get that back. Supposed to be getting to at least 2 days holiday. The company's entitled to take that away from me. And it was all like this kind of I've not slept well for the last few nights, you can tell. All these things come in and all these thoughts kind of a defending and being all kind of negative with a negative twist on it, which is, first thing that comes to your mind. You are kind of like trying to defend yourself, because from where I stand, I did everything by the book and how I was supposed to. But it was just like that first reaction. And then when I actually came home, had a bit of time to reflect, started to think like, okay, well, what can I do now? I've got a whole month. It's the 5th of April and I'm being paid for the rest of the month. What can I do? What is the to-do list? What is there to do? What are all the things that I've been putting off because I've been working and not had the time to do them? And it was like, you know what? This is a bloody blessing. This is like universe again delivering me what I asked for. And I was just like, you know what?
actually this person who was maybe being a little bit too dramatic about my leaving has actually done me a favor and has given me like this opportunity now to do everything that I didn't have time to do and I was kind of planning to do here and there and over the weekends. And so I was like, oh, okay. I'm now like realizing the actual effect of this, and yeah, I'm just like, I just kept walking around the house and like just like shaking my head like I can't believe that this has worked out like this for me. Because recently another co-worker left the company and they were put on garden leave, but they were like at a much higher level than me. And I thought, oh, that would have been good. You know, I wish I had that. Little did I know, weeks later, here I am. Which is just insane, but I guess this is it. And I think on the way home, it just kind of clicked that, oh, this is real now. You know, I was kind of waiting for this day to be a bit later, like for that reality to kick in. I am no longer an employee. Well, technically I am at the moment, but I'm now off to my freelancing journey. And it's kind of like scary, it's exciting, it is uplifting, it is filling to know that, but scary at the same time as well. And I'm just trying to make sure that positive side of things is giving me that fuel to move forward and to like encourage me to do all the things that I've planned, dreamed, visualized, instead of focusing on the what ifs that could happen. And exactly, that's what it is. They could happen. It's not that they are going to happen. So yeah. Yeah, I think those are just, I needed to, I didn't really know what to do. I wanted to either write it down or film it, and I just didn't know which one is going to come out better. This is the sort of state I am at the moment. Lots on my mind, like suddenly I'm just getting loads of like ideas exploding, and I guess this is what it's always been like. This is what I've always felt like and what I always wanted. It was just my brain, my creativity and my like spirit felt like it was just pushed back, it was held back, it was held down by this corporate role that I had to play and that I was, you know, attaching myself to. I don't want to say stuck with, because I truly think that it is your own choice of what you want to do with your life. So I think it's better to say attached to, because for that, and I just had to attach myself because life, that was just my option then. So I think that's what happens, like once that's pushed aside, I'm now, you know, getting all the ideas, all the creativity is flowing in, which feels great. And I'm just like, right, let's start writing things down, let's start doing stuff. I've got my laptop here, so I don't want to like overdo it, because I think that's what I'm used to. Like when I get a day off or just day on my own for myself, I get to just like write to-do list, all these things, let's pack it in, which leaves me burnt out. I kind of just want to, you know, take your time. Like even today when I got home, I was like, okay, what do I do now? I know I had to go back to the nursery and pick up my little one at 4 o'clock, but what do I do until then? So I was like, okay, well, let's just clear up the space, because I always feel like when I clean up, I just feel a lot better. I feel the clean outside is a clean inside. That reflection is very much connected for me. You know, being an interior designer, I guess that makes sense. So I was like, right, I'm gonna take these clothes away, put them away, put more washing on, plant my little plant that's been growing little root, plant that in a pot, read a book, make a coffee, catch up on some YouTube videos, have lunch. And yeah, it's just been, you know, it's just kind of like, okay, let's just take a deep breath, and maybe that's helped that creativity to flow in as well. I don't know. But I just thought I want to make this video. I don't know whether I'm going to use this in the future or is it going to be useful, but just kind of capturing this moment and the feelings, and then reflecting on this a year from now when I've got my little garden leave anniversary. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna jot down some ideas now and go and pick up my little Scarlet. Okay.